Hey guys, I'm an apprentice historian here at Alethar, and the master historian Brandon Sanderson asked me to come share a message from his book, The Way of Kings. And The Way of Kings is about this guy named Kaladin. And Kaladin's pretty awesome. He's a slave and a dark eyes, which means he's the lowest of the low on the social ladder. And it also means he's the one that has to carry the bridges to put across the battlefield so the troops can get across the canyon surrounding the battlefield. Yeah, it's a pretty dangerous job, and it's not the one you want. But he is a pretty good leader, so he got all the other slaves to kind of follow him. So he's trying to decide if he wants to go help the generals in defeating the Parshandai, or if he just wants to save his own skin and try and escape. There's also this guy named Dalinar. Now Dalinar, he's a pretty cool dude, but he has a drinking problem. So one night when his brother was assassinated, he was drunk on the floor. So now he has some pretty bad guilt problems. And these guilt problems led him to being a Nazi about the codes. And the codes are a set of rules that his brother made that all men should follow. But this obsession with the rules kind of made him lose a good relationship with his son and his relationship with his friend Sadie's. Now this loss of his relationship with Sadie's led his friend Sadie's to betray him and leave him for dead on the Shattered Plains, completely surrounded by canyons and completely surrounded by enemies. So the only way out is by a bridge. And that bridge leader who's in control of that bridge is Kaladin. And Kaladin's trying to decide if he'll go help Dalinar or if he'll just go save his own skin. "I owe you nothing, Colin," I said. But then I heard my father's voice seem to whisper, "Son, somebody has to start. Somebody has to do what's right because it is right. The Light Eyes won't do it, so I must. So we must, so you must. Life before death. This could be death I lead my friends to. Strength before weakness. I've been kicked and trodden upon so many times. Journey before destination. Death. And what is right? We have to go back. Stormin, we have to go back," I said. I looked up at my men, and they were nodding. They would follow me. They'd go save a noble who just 10 days ago they wanted dead. These are my men. I was proud of them. "Bridge up," I demanded, and we grabbed the bridge and hoisted it on our shoulders. And we ran towards that abandoned blue banner. "Father, I told you he was an eel. I said he'd betray us, and he did. Why did we not see this coming? We let him control the bridge. We let him control the scouts. We even let him pick the battle plan that would leave us completely surrounded if he didn't help us. I know, my son. I'm sorry. I should have never risked this house for my foolish dream of mine." No, Father, it's not your fault. It's not your fault at all. It's my fault. I should have followed the codes from the beginning instead of fighting you every step of the way. Maybe if we hadn't been fighting so often, we would have seen this day coming. So, I am sorry. I'm sorry for the way I acted. Thank you, my son. Gather around, men. It is time for us to fight. And we do so not because we want the glory of men, but because it is right. We don't follow the codes for the glory of men. We do it because we loathe the men we might otherwise become. Death is the end of all men. What is the measure of him once he is gone? The wealth he has accumulated for his heirs to squabble over? The glory obtained only to be passed on to those who slew him? No. The real measure of a man are his decisions and the path he chooses to follow. And right now we are all following the right path. We are all doing what is right. And I'm proud of every single one of us. I'm not ashamed of who we have become. And when we face the end, we will do so with our heads held high and our eyes to the sun. No, I am not ashamed of who we have become. Other men may debase themselves for glory, but I have glory, and I will retain it. And I will die!